Most farmers today, my friends, deal with a lot of bullshit, to put it bluntly. Now, over the years, I've had, more than 300 family farm operations come into legacy farmers. So I've heard it all. I've seen it all. And to be honest, I'm kind of just like in shock and awe on the types of problems and challenges that farmers or ranchers are having to deal with in this country. And not really just farmers or ranchers, but really any business owner that grows up in rural America or small town communities. And inside today's video, we're going to talk about exactly what those are and how you can solve them. So the first problem that a lot of farmers and ranchers and ag business owners have dealt with over the years is that a majority of them that have come into legacy farmer anyway feel that in some way or another they are getting taken advantage of by their bank. Now, is this your fault for feeling this way? Absolutely not. The reason is because most farmers and ranchers don't know how banks play the game of business. And one of the biggest things that I focus on with our customers inside a legacy farmer and utilizing our software called Farmer Metrics is exposing exactly how the bank uses your financial information to drive their decisions. And these are critical decisions like your interest rate, for example. A majority of customers that have come into legacy farmer have gotten their numbers structured and organized in a way, and then our team has helped them really understand how the bank is using this information, which now gives all the leverage to the customer versus the bank. Now, I'm not trying to say that all banks are bad or anything like that. What I'm saying is there's a gap in knowledge. And even when I was a banker, I noticed this working with customers. They did not understand at the time how we were taking in all this information from their operation, how we were structuring it, and then ultimately how we were using it to make those critical decisions like their interest rate or terms on their loan and things like that. Now, the thing is again, after you know how the bank is using this information, you as a customer now have all the leverage. You as a customer now have ultimate clarity into whether or not the bank is actually taking advantage of you. Now, one of the critically important things here to know, my friends, is that when you don't know how the bank uses your information to make decisions, you really don't know if you're getting the best advice from them that you want. Now, a majority of farmers or ranchers in small communities, we've been conditioned to believe that your banker is a sound source of advice, right? Or kind of a trusted partner inside your operation. I am telling you from my experience, that is not true. Your banker is the last person you should be taking financial advice from. The reason for this is because they are not playing in the same game as you. They are not carrying the level of debt that you're carrying. They are not in the position where they are 100% responsible for their sole source of income, which is the farm operation. They have that safety net of their job there. And the reality is, guys, I'm not going to go take financial advice on $1 million decision from somebody that's never written a $500,000 check or even a $100,000 check. I'm just not going to do that. Now, again, it doesn't mean bankers are bad, but it just means that you need to understand what their position is inside of your operation. Your banker is an investor in your operation. They are not a business partner. If they were a business partner, their name would be on your LLC with you, right? They would be taking the same risk with you. They are not doing that. They are there to loan you money and get a return on capital for their shareholders. So you need to understand what position they're in. Now, when it comes to making critical decisions inside of your operation and working with your banker, guys, I am of 100% of the belief of it is your responsibility to organize and structure your numbers in a way and to know them in a way to where whenever you're looking at any big financial decision or taking on a new loan or anything like that, you should already know what the bank is going to say before you ever step in there. And the reason is because, again, if you're treating them like an investor inside of your operation, if somebody was coming to you and asking for an investment of your capital, what type of documentation would you expect from them? Would you expect a well-organized, structured, laid out game plan from them on the opportunity that they are getting ready to take on or want to take on? And then basically, if they have the whole game plan laid out, they are inviting you to invest in it. It's the same thing with your bank, guys. You should have the game plan figured out. You should already know what the interest rate should be. You should already know how the loans are structured. You should already know how it's going to impact your position with the bank, how it's going to impact your balance sheet, how it's going to impact your cash flow, how it's going to impact your borrowing power. These are all the things that I make sure that our customers inside of Legacy Farmer know, and we're able to do that very quickly and easily with our software called Farmer Metrics. Farmer Metrics is going to be all the information that your bank would ever need to make any types of decisions. But the thing is you already have it available to you before you ever walk in the door, which means you already know what they're going to say. This changes everything about how you operate as a business owner and the decisions that you make on a day-to-day basis inside of your operation. And these are the massive changes that you can experience by simply knowing how the banks play the game of business and then knowing how to structure and organize your numbers so that you know you're always getting the best deal and you truly know whether or not your bank is actually taking advantage of you or not. The other type of bullshit that a lot of farmers and ranchers deal with inside the industry that I've noticed over the years is just a lack of timely service. Now, inside a legacy farmer, our customers have full access to our team, right? But the thing is though, is that we have text messaging available. We have our community platform that all of our customers are in, so they can direct message me if they have questions or anybody on our team. We want to make sure that our customers are getting a quick response. And by quick response, I mean within an hour of a message. I am so sick and tired of this traditional small town crap where you need to email your banker or your accountant or anybody, and you email them and you may get a response that week, but most of the time it's the following week, or worse than that, it's not at all. And I've seen that happen time and time again. It pisses me off because as a business owner, I need timely service. If I'm looking at making a big financial decision, for example, and I need approval from my bank to advance money on my operating line of credit, I need to know that day. Now, this goes back to knowing your numbers and knowing whether the bank's going to approve it ahead of time or not, but also too, having your numbers structured and organized. So if the bank needs an updated balance sheet, you have it. They need an updated cash flow, you have it. All of our customers inside of Legacy Farmer have that information readily available, which means they're able to execute and take action on any of these opportunities a lot faster simply by organizing and structuring their numbers in a way that is going to give them the ability to do this. But again, though, if you are not really working with great people that are providing timely service, guys, I'm going to tell you, you need to raise your standards, because the thing that I've seen happen over and over again inside a Legacy Farmer is people came in and they operated with a certain standard. And that standard was, hey, we're okay with emailing our banker and getting a response in 5 to 7 days, or our accountant or anybody inside the community that we are doing business with or anything like that. That was their standard. But when you are structured and organized and you take yourself from a grade F or grade D client to a grade A customer that anybody should be happy to serve, your standards for the level of service that you are demanding inside of your life increase dramatically, as they should. If you are an easy credit for the bank and you make your loan payments and you're structured and organized and they don't have to worry about you, you should be getting the best interest rate because you are the easiest interest that that bank is ever going to earn. And if you have any requests or anything like that, they better be timely on their responses and making sure that you are getting taken care of as a grade A customer. And guess what? If they're not, you can take your numbers and you can go anywhere else. And this is a level of confidence that Legacy Farmer customers experience by simply coming in and getting their business structured and organized, becoming a master of their numbers, and really knowing those numbers at a deep, deep level so they can make sure they're always getting the best service from anybody they're doing business with inside of their community. The next piece of bullshit that a lot of farmers and ranchers deal with inside of these small communities, guys, is the comparison game. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. Everybody is looking out in the distance and they see the farm next door that may be a couple miles away, and that farm may be putting up a new shop, buying new equipment all the time. And you're sitting there wondering, like, man, what are they doing different, right? Why are they getting more opportunities? Why are they expanding and growing and things like that? Guys, I can tell you from experience here, over the years in Legacy Farmer, we've had people come in that have a $500,000 net worth up to a $50 million net worth. And I can tell you, there is no difference between the two when it comes to financial organization. Now, am I saying that for everybody? No, I'm not saying that for everybody. There's 3% of farmers out there that are really structured, really well organized. They're farming 50 to 100,000 acres. They are legit business owners. Those are not farmers. Those are legit businesses there, and they are looking to make a profit. But a majority of people, though, they don't have the business structure or financial organization that they do. So when you see them expanding and growing and getting all these operations, guys, you need to understand the hard truth is they most likely don't know where they're at, and they most likely have a yes banker that's just approving whatever they want because they may have a lot of equity on their balance sheet. And it doesn't mean it's earned equity. It means that we've had inflation, we've had an increase in prices over the years, especially on real estate. And the bank, when I'm talking about a yes banker, that yes banker is just looking at the equity on their balance sheet and letting them buy whatever the hell they want. This is going to end very badly. That road goes on for a certain period of time, and then when it ends abruptly, it ends hard. And this is when you see family farm operations going out of business permanently and multi-generation farm operations going out of business, which honestly breaks my heart, but it's just the reality of the world that we live in. So as a farmer or rancher, and if you're trying to expand and grow and trying to do these things, understand that comparison game is killing you, because if you actually looked under the hood of these other businesses, you're going to find some things. And I guarantee it, just because I've been through this so many freaking times. So if you want to get ahead, make sure that you're focusing 100% on your operation and knowing your numbers, being structured and organized across the board from the entire operation, and knowing that you're living in this land of truth, not this land of fantasy that a majority of operations are living in this country, because they have have a yes banker, and when that banker tells them yes after yes after yes after yes without even looking at financials or really going through and keeping track of things at the level of detail that we require inside a legacy farmer, those operations are eventually going to go under because they live in fantasy land and because in all reality, they are shooting from the hip and guessing with every decision, and that is not going to end well. So the best thing that you can do is to not pay any attention to them. Make sure that you're paying attention to your numbers, your operation, and making sure that you're running a sound business, that it makes every decision based off of the facts and strategy, not hope and prayer, right? And let me go check with my banker type of mentality there. Make sure that you're making those decisions based off of sound financials and numbers, and you are going to, over the long term, get everything you want, my friend. You are going to outpace those other operations because they are going to have massive setbacks that are potentially going to send some of them to bankruptcy there. And when that time does come, you're going to be able to step in with a sound, structured, organized business to be able to take advantage of those opportunities because you did the right work today versus worrying about what everybody else has going on. So my friend, at the end of the day, if you can't tell, I am extremely passionate about helping people structure and organize and become a student and really a master of their finances, because it changes everything about how you operate as a business owner. And most importantly, the decisions that you make going forward. Our customers inside a legacy farmer do not live in the land of hope and prayer. We live in the land of facts and strategy and not making any decisions based off of just hoping it works out. We want to know what the facts are. We want to be good business owners that make sound decisions, that are not careless with the amount of money that we're dealing with today, guys. And one of the biggest challenges that we face in farming today is that these mistakes that people make, guys, there's no small mistakes in farming, right? Every mistake could be easily a $50,000, $100,000, $500,000 mistake, depending upon the size of your operation. And this is going to continue to sink people over and over again. The one way to combat that is to get your entire business structured and organized and know your financials at a deep, deep level and become the sound business owner that you ultimately want to be, that's going to get your operation where you want it to go. So my friend, if that is of interest to you and you want our help and you are interested in learning more about how Legacy Farmer can step in and implement our systems into your operation and help you become that business owner that creates the vision and creates the business that you want that can pass on to the next generation, then there should be a link below this video. I invite you to click on it, schedule a free call with our team, and we'll see you on the call.